Hello, it's Jake here, and today we're going to be talking about Watch Dogs Legion. Legion brings us to a reimagining of the Big Smoke, old London itself. The city has been captured fantastically. It's instantly recognisable as soon as you walk around the streets. It's not just the recreation of famous areas and landmarks. Legion captures the feeling of London in a way that's kind of hard to put my finger on, and that's even after it's been adapted into a near future London that's kind of like a tech dystopia. It's covered in drones, technology, private policing and augmented reality, and it really does look cool as hell. This technifying? Is that a word? I'm going to stick with it. This technifying of London is one of the plot devices of the story. Increased reliance on technology has created a dystopian surveillance state that you, a member of the hacker group CeX, are rebelling against. Your organisation has been framed for a string of terrorist attacks it didn't commit, and it's up to you to clear your name and liberate the masses along the way. You do this by using your hacking and AI skills to manipulate the technology of London, hacking and stealthing and shooting and all kinds of fun stuff like that. When I say you, I do mean that in the plural sense, because as I mentioned earlier, Watch Dogs Legion has introduced an ingenious play-as-anyone system that lets you walk up to any NPC in the Sandbox and recruit them to DedSec after maybe doing them a favour or two. Once they're recruited, you can swap between any of your recruits at will, picking them up wherever they are in their own life. Maybe they're walking in the park, maybe they're working their job or grabbing a pint at the pub. Every character you recruit goes about their own life when you're not playing as them, and it really makes them feel alive. Alive until, you accidentally get them killed. Permadeath is an option if you want to really put some emotional weight on your gameplay, otherwise your recruits need time to recover in the hospital, or serve their time in prison if you got them arrested in the mission. These missions usually revolve around the same small group of illegal activities like steal this or break into there or wipe this hard drive, and I didn't really find this repetitive gameplay too damaging to my overall impression of the game though, because I like to, challenge myself to sort of switch up my own playstyle for a bit of variety, like, oh, can I steal this as the police officer, or can I break in here and beat up these bad guys as a grandmother? This wild variety of characters and lack of any main protagonist is kind of a blessing and a curse, right? While it creates probably the most original Sandbox experience I've had in years, there's definitely no denying that the most character you're going to get from your allies is the artificial intelligence in your ear called Bagley, and he strikes me as a bit of a Marmite character, truth be told. Like, you're going to love him or you're going to hate him. Controlling not just one main character but an army of auto-generated NPCs that have quite little personality of their own to contribute to the story, you're essentially controlling an army of auto-generated NPCs, and try as they might, they don't really have much personality of their own to contribute to the story, no matter how many funky outfits you can dress them in. Speaking of story, it's all a little familiar if you're a fan of this kind of technophobic drama, right? Like, if you're caught up in Black Mirror, then little in the story is gonna surprise you. I still enjoyed the story, but I don't think the fact that you're playing with an army of essentially disposable nobodies does the familiar story beats any favours. It doesn't make them any more exciting. I'm going to give Watch Dogs 4 out of 5 stars. Legion really stands tall as easily the best Watch Dogs we've seen yet, and like I said, it's one of the most original sandboxes that I've played in years. It actually delivers in a way that it feels like the first Watch Dogs didn't, and I think that play-as-anyone recruitment system is going to be here for the rest of the series' lifetime if they've got any sense at all. It really changes the game. Now, the big question before we go: did you play with the permadeath turned on? Let me know in the comments. I want to know, because I was kind of torn about it. And for all the latest movies and games, visit us in store or at webuy.com. See you next time.